the PFL Challenger Series, each Friday night beginning January 27th, prime time through March 17th. That's 8 Fridays total in various weight divisions. Men and women's MMA streaming via Fubo Sports Network from Universal Studios Orlando, and South Florida's American Top Team is well represented. And look what we have right here. Yes! Evelyn, Spartan, Martins.
Yay!
Yes! Evelyn, first of all, just talk about having this opportunity, because this is really unique with PFL, where they're having the Challenger Series. Somebody could win a contract. Somebody could be part of the PFL season.
Yes. Well, first of all, I'm super glad I'm having the opportunity to be part of the Challenger Series. And then, for sure, I promise you, I'm training 100% hard every day to get that contract. And I'm so happy and so excited with this opportunity, and I can't wait for February 3rd.
How did it come about for you?
When I got the news about the fight, I was like so excited, because I've been having a lot of tough time. You know, some fights of last year, for 2 years, I think almost, have been canceled. I had so many fights canceled. I think 7 in total. I've been preparing myself too much, but every time it was gonna get close to the fight week, fighting were getting canceled. So when I received the call and the message and the email, all the stuff at the same time, I was like, yay, finally I got an opportunity to fight. And then I'm so excited, I'm so happy about it. I don't think I can describe it in any other words, you know, it's just happy and excited.
What do you know about the Professional Fighters League and watching the competition, and Kayla Harrison and Antonio Carlos Jr. and Josh and Raush and so many more that have been part of PFL and done well from American Top Team?
Oh yes, for me to be around them and to train with them at the same gym is something amazing, you know, definitely something special. We get to learn and we get to see them training every day here at ATT. When I know about the promotion PFL, they're amazing on what they do, you know. I like the style of fighting, you know, keeping the fighters busy through the years, so I think it's going to be something great for me.
What do you think about the Challenger Series? Because this is different too.
Oh, okay.
And what you're going to do at the Challenger Series, and try to get that contract, because there are certain fighters who are going to get awarded a contract.
Well, the Challenger Series for me, I think something great as well, you know. It's an opportunity they're giving for fighters around the world to get something that they never imagined to get before, you know. So an opportunity to get there, to fight for a contract, for maybe go to the season this year, I think it's something very special, you know.
How many years have you been American Top Team, and how did you get to American Top Team?
I've been for American Top Team for about a little bit more than 2 years already. I got here from some friends, you know. I have friends in common with Amanda, and then was more the time for me to come here. I met them, I met the people, I met the coaches, so I like it very much, you know. I like it, the opportunity to be here, to be training, and yeah, it was easy, you know, just some communication with friends, and that was it.
Who's been coaching you? Who's been training you? Any sparring partners who you've been working with to try to get ready for the PFL Challenger Series?
Well, I work with coaches Barboza and Anderson. They're very good coaches. Anderson helps me with the striking. I also have all the striking coaches right here, Cattell, Macaron, all the striking coaches around. We also got amazing grappling coaches, which is we got Mako, we got Mike Brown, and we got Barboza. But Barboza and Anderson will be there on the fight day with me, helping me. Training partners, I do have a sister. She's a 4-time world IBJJF champion, so she's an amazing grappler. She helps me all the time. Spartan partners, we have so many great athletes, you know, in the mat that I'm just so happy that I have the chance to work with all of them. We got girls from the UFC like Kiana, we got Maria Shitara, we got so many girls here. We got Michelle, she's also fighting on the challengers. And I also have a friend right here, he's helping me. His name is Keith Speed, so he's helping me a little bit with some sparrings. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
What have you thought about the success of Kayla Harrison?
Oh, she's amazing. Like she says, it's her legacy, you know. She's done a lot for the sport. She's a 2-time Olympic world champion. You know, everything she's done already for the sport is something, you know, what else I could say? You know, she's good at it. She's really good.
Where did you grow up, and what combat sports and or sports did you participate in when you were growing up?
Well, I grew up back in Brazil. I'm from a city, Fortaleza, Ceará. I started fighting, my first, introduction to martial arts was Muay Thai and kickboxing. I started fighting when I was 11 years old, so very, very young, like a little kid. And since I did my first fight, I never stopped. So yeah, I got introduced because it kind of runs in the family. My dad and my mom used to train. My uncle used to fight MMA as a professional fighter. Unfortunately, he has to stop because he had some health problems. But when I saw, I decided to keep it up the good work, So I started fighting Muay Thai, kickboxing. Then when I was 13 something, I watched my first MMA fight ever, and I was like, I like this. It's something really cool because if you ask me what I prefer, striking or jiu-jitsu, I can't tell you which one is my favorite because I like them both at the same time. And so that's why I chose MMA, because I can use both things in one fight only,
The success of MMA and how popular it is, and the money that's involved too, if you do really well. Did that play a part of decision too, instead of trying kickboxing professionally, or did you try kickboxing professionally?
Yeah, I did. Back in Brazil when I was very young, I did a bunch of fights, became champion in my state, and we try to do good fights, and yeah, that was pretty much it. But
Then you went from MMA. How did you get involved in MMA, and where did you start? Was that in Brazil when you started your MMA, or was that coming over here?
Well, I decided to start training MMA when I was 13, but never fought in Brazil MMA before because I was underage. So I moved to the United States, did a bunch of grappling matches, fought jiu-jitsu a lot in here. But when I turned 18, I went straight to pro MMA. So I did my first fight to 2020 September.
When you came to the United States, where were you in the U.S.? Were you here in South Florida then, or no?
Here in South Florida, yes.
So did you get your initial training then at American Top Team, or did you start somewhere else with the training?
Yes, I started somewhere else. I was living down in Miami, then I came to American Top Team.
When you first got here, what did you think?
Wow. To the ATT? Wow. You want to know how was my first day in here? Yes? Oh my God. I literally got home and I told my mom, Mom, do not call me. Do not ask me for anything because I'm basically dead. I would just want to stay in my bed the whole day because the girls over there, they just try to kill me, and it was a Maka Mondays. It was a wrestling day. So I was like, okay, I got super beat up, and I just went back home, and I was like, do not call me. Do not ask me for anything because all I'm going to do today is stay in bed.
And you mentioned Mako Monday. What is it like in the Mako dungeon across the way?
Ooh, over there it is super hot and crazy. If you go train over there, you're going to get out of the room like, oof, I don't need to train for another 2 days.
Well, listen, I want to thank you for your time. I do want to mention that Fubo Sports Network live, free to everybody from FuboTV. You'll be able to see these fights, see these great fighters in this big PFL Challenger Series. Last question is, what do you think about this type of format? Because it's not just a Challenger Series, but the PFL. They have a regular season, and then a playoffs, and then a championship. You win the title and $1 million. What is that like for a fighter to have that opportunity?
I think it's amazing. It can be a life game changer. You can change your life in a whole year. Obviously, you as an athlete, you have to go hard all the time. But I do believe the style that they have to keep the fighters busy through the year and to give the whole schedule, I think it's something perfect, which I like it. If I got a contract on the Challenger Series, I'm gonna have the opportunity to fight the whole year. And then, last year I didn't fight. I couldn't do it, like not even one fight. So I think I'm super excited and super ready to do 4 or 5 fights if they need me. It doesn't matter. I just want to fight.
Did you play soccer in Brazil?
Yes, of course. My first sport was soccer.
And your nickname is Spartan?
Yes.
How did that come about? And we'll end it with that.
It was my parents' idea. Because since I started fighting so early, when I was 11 years old, they used to call me a little warrior, woman warrior. So my mom came up with the stories about the Spartans and the movie. And she also told me, look, Evelyn, there is not only the boys who are like the warriors, they go to the fight. No, the women also represent that. So she didn't want to call me just a warrior. She wanted like something specific. So her and my dad came up with the Spartans because they remember the movie, and also they remember the power of being a woman and fighting for your legacy, fighting for your families, fighting, you know, for yourself. And so they give me that nickname, and I like it, and I use it. Spartan, something different, you know.
You're doing the family proud, and they must just be so excited for you.
Yeah, they are.
Thank you so much, Evelyn.